All right, our final speaker this afternoon represent the Philippines. Sekali lagi ini dari Filipina ya Bapak Ibu. The presentation is entitled Teacher Advocacy and Social Justice, Strengthening the Voice of Educators for Quality Education. And the speaker here is Ma'am Stephanie Joy Andaya. Please welcome Miss Andaya.
Hello, good afternoon. Salamat siang, magandang hapon, and a very good afternoon to everyone.
Yes, would
Yes.
you be interpreted in between or at last?
I think it would be okay if you translate it in between slides. Is that okay?
Yes, okay. So
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
Ma'am Leah will be after you.
Yes. All right. I just need help in with the slides. Is it okay?
Operator, can
Okay. Can I share my slides through a link?
if you need our help, we can help, but
Yes.
maybe you can introduce yourself first. We need time
Sure.
if you need my help.
Sure. All right. I'll send the link to the host. All right. And the co-host. Um, all right. So again, salamat siyang, magandang hapon, and a very good afternoon to everyone. My highest respects to our chairperson, Prof. Dr. Unifa, and the esteemed officers of PGRI. Congratulations on hosting this international seminar, and a warm greeting also to our colleagues in the education sector, my fellow co-unionists, and my beloved batchmates from the 2023 JTF program. I am Steph Andaya, representing the Alliance of Concerned Teachers, or ACT Union, coming from state universities and colleges. Today, I am honored to share our collective experiences as academics, education workers, and unionists from the University of the Philippines, our country's national university. Um, my task today is to reflect on how teachers, unions, and organizations vigorously advocate for teachers' welfare, professional dignity, and equitable education, while remaining fiercely responsive to community needs and broader social challenges. And now, let me proceed, now, if I may, to the next slide. So, my presentation is entitled Educate, Create, Organize the Front Lines of Academic Unionism in the Philippines. Okay. As unionists, our most frequent and grounding question to our colleagues, students, and community members is simple. The question, kumusta ka? How are you? Apa kabar? The answers we receive evolve into deep conversations. Sometimes they're about personal heartaches, even about the grinding weight of daily work, but mostly they center on the harsh economic realities and anxious inquiries about the fringe benefits the union is campaigning for. These are the endless, vital conversations that fuel our movement. You can proceed with the translation, please.
Okay, thank you. Jadi, Bapak Ibu, Mem Step Andaya ini akan menerangkan tentang bagaimana mendidik, menciptakan, mengorganisasi di Filipina. Mereka mempunyai persatuan akademik, ya, mereka sebagai garda depan di Filipina yang juga akan memperjuangkan hak-hak guru seperti itu. Dan tadi beliau memberi salam kepada kita dengan menggunakan bahasa Tagalog, Kumustaka. So how to answer Kumustaka, ma'am?
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat.
Maraming
Mabuti naman.
salamat. Is that?
In Filipino, we often answer with mabuti naman, or it
Oh,
translates
it's
to
so
I'm great.
fast. Can you slow, please?
Yeah, sure. In Filipino, the answer to that question
Mabuti
is
naman.
mabuti
I
naman.
see.
It translates
Okay.
to
In
I'm great.
bahasa Indonesia we say baik, baik, baik saja.
Baik. Baik saja.
Yes, or just baik. Yes. Okay, you may going to next slide.
So for 25 years, our university union, the All UP Academic Employees Union, has been pushing for the rights and welfare of all academic employees. We ground our struggle in militant, progressive, and nationalist principles.
Oke, jadi persatuan akademik di sana itu memperjuangkan kesejahteraan guru seperti upah yang layak, kemudian kehidupan yang layak bagi guru dan karyawan tetap. Artinya honorer di sana juga diperjuangkan untuk menjadi status karyawan tetap. Semua yang terlibat harus bertanggung jawab seperti itu. Di gambar itu adalah kolase poster aksi. Is that a campaign, Ma'am Andaya?
Yes, those
Yes.
those are various calls about our salaries, our welfare, and accountability for those that are for the corrupt officials. Yes.
Jadi gambar yang ada di slide itu adalah merupakan demo gitu ya. Demo para guru dan tenaga kependidikan mungkin ya di Filipina, di mana mereka menuntut kesejahteraan guru. Seperti upah yang layak dan lain sebagainya. Oke, Ma'am?
All right, let's proceed to the next slide. We carry on this fight as a proud member of the Alliance of Concerned Teachers under the ACT State Universities and Colleges chapter, which stands as the largest public education sector union in the Philippines.
Oke, ACT ini adalah singkatan dari Alliance of Concerned Teachers, serikat atau persatuan pekerja di sektor pendidikan publik terbesar di Filipina. Yes.
Thank you. Next slide, please. Across the country, ACT remains the largest alliance of teachers, academic workers, and student teachers, spanning both private and public schools, from basic to tertiary education.
Oke, jadi organisasi ini merupakan aliansi terbesar bagi para guru, pekerja akademik, dan mahasiswa calon guru, baik di sekolah swasta maupun negeri, mulai dari pendidikan dasar hingga pendidikan tinggi atau perkuliahan. Yes.
All right. Ours is an organized community of academic workers that is unyielding, militant, progressive, and nationalist, built on a proud legacy established 44 years ago. Just last month, we celebrated our 44th year.
Wow. Jadi ACT ini adalah komunitas pekerja akademik yang terdiri dari para militan, progresif, dan nasionalis yang sudah berdiri 44 tahun yang lalu. Bahkan bulan yang lalu mereka baru saja merayakan ulang tahun yang ke-44 tahun.
Thank you. Next slide, please. We operate with a clear understanding of our material reality. Our country remains as a semi-colonial and semi-feudal society. It is a nation suffering from extreme poverty, bound by a backward agricultural industry that serves as a site for imperialist exploitation and state plunder.
Ini adalah latar belakang masyarakat di Filipina yang merupakan semi-kolonial dan semi-feodal. Dan di Filipina terdapat beberapa kemiskinan yang ekstrim mungkin ya. Kemudian ada industri pertanian yang terbelakang, menjadi ladang eksploitasi dan penjarahan sumber daya. Dan mereka berusaha berjuang untuk keluar dari permasalahan masyarakat ini.
All right. With global inflation exacerbated by geopolitical conflicts and wars of aggression, the burden heavily falls on us, the Filipino working class. Currently, the daily minimum wage of 695 pesos falls drastically short of the 1,200 pesos or around $19 ideal family living wage required to sustain a family of 5.
Alright, jadi di slide ini Bu Andaya ini menerangkan bahwa mayoritas masyarakat Filipina itu menderita akibat upah minimum yang rendah. Para guru dan akademisi tidak luput dari kondisi ini. Upah minimum di sana sebesar 695 peso Filipina di bawah standar upah layak hidup keluarga, yaitu sekitar 1.200. Kalau di USD kan gitu ya, di dolar Amerika kan sekitar 19 dolar Amerika per hari itu untuk layaknya. Namun mereka menerima hanya 695 peso. Kemudian 9 dari 10 guru hidup di bawah upah minimum. Sekitar 75% dari mereka terjerat hutang yang parah.
Thank you. Next
Yes.
slide, please. Teachers are never spared from this crisis. 9 out of 10 Filipino teachers live below the livable wage. 9 out of 10. And 75% of them, of the 9, have become what we call the loan donors. No, it's a play on words for those trapped in a cycle of heavy debt and loans just to survive.
Baik, jadi menurut Bu Andaya, 9 dari 10 guru di Filipina itu menerima upah kerja yang di bawah standar. Terdapat 2,5 juta pengangguran di negara ini. Dan pekerja pendidikan menghadapi kondisi kerja yang tidak pasti. Lebih dari 1 juta orang merupakan pegawai kontrak di pemerintahan di seluruh negeri. Yang mana pekerja pendidikan terlalu banyak pekerjaan namun dibayarnya di bawah upah minimum.
Filipino workers are systematically denied the dignity of labor. There are over 2 million unemployed individuals in the country, and over 1 million personnel are trapped in precarious contractual positions without tenure. Education workers, primarily employed by the government, are severely overworked and chronically underpaid.
Baik, jadi di Filipina kondisinya saat ini adalah mereka bergantung pada impor dan berorientasi pada ekspor. Di tengah krisis pendidikan, para pekerja pendidikan masih menerima upah yang belum layak. Dan mereka juga diarahkan untuk mencetak calon tenaga kerja murah. di masa depan.
Can we go back to the previous slide? I just have another point. Because our country lacks national industries, we rely heavily on imported goods and export of raw materials. Even our students are treated as commodities, shaped by a curriculum designed to mold them for international marketability, ultimately supplying cheap labor to the global market.
Oke, karena kurangnya sektor industri di sana, bahkan anak-anak di Filipina juga menjadi komoditi yang dipekerjakan gitu ya. Yes.
Instead of securing basic rights and public welfare, public taxes and government funds are siphoned by institutional corruption, hidden behind a mere facade of accountability, orchestrated by the government. That's why we call for accountability and a prosecution of those corrupt officials.
Baik, di Filipina saat ini pemerintahnya menurut beliau adalah korup gitu ya, atau korupsi merajalela, kemudian penyalahgunaan dana publik, bukannya memperkuat layanan sosial dasar bagi rakyat, namun dana tersebut dikorupsi tanpa adanya pertanggungjawaban atau akuntabilitas.
So in that context, us teachers and academic workers refuse to look away. We continue to shoulder the historic responsibility of educators taking a stand and organizing our communities toward a genuine societal change. That's for the next slide.
Oke, jadi saat ini mereka sedang berjuang untuk mensejahterakan guru dan tenaga akademisi dengan memperkuat tata kelola pemerintahan yang dari korupsi anggaran tadi, sehingga adanya hambatan di alokasi dana dan yang krusial bagi pengembangan fasilitas publik dan sektor pendidikan.
Okay, can we proceed to the next slide, please?
Okay.
So that and next slide, please.
Next slide,
Next,
ma'am.
please. Right, thank you.
Okay.
So what do? We educate as education workers. That's our main job, right? We passionately push forward for a nationalist, scientific, and mass-oriented education.
Alright. Jadi dalam konteks situasi buruk seperti ini, para guru pekerja akademik terus mengemban tanggung jawabnya dengan mengambil sikap. Menurut beliau, tugas kita sebagai guru adalah mengajar atau mendidik. Oleh karena itu mereka mendorong pendidikan yang nasionalis, ilmiah, dan berorientasi pada rakyat yang luas.
We consolidate our colleagues. Yes, that's for the next slide. Yes, thank you. We consolidate our colleagues across universities and colleges through educational fora, strategic lobbying, and mass mobilization. Our objective is to defend our Philippine studies, the arts, and the humanities, the very subjects that give true meaning to the principles of honor and excellence. That's the memo. That's the slogan of our university in education for the Filipino people.
Oke, jadi saat ini yang mereka lakukan adalah berkolaborasi antar perguruan tinggi dan sekolah begitu ya, untuk memperjuangkan tujuannya yaitu untuk mereformasi bidang pendidikan dan kurikulum yang ada di Filipina. kebijakan kurikulum dari Komisi Pendidikan Tinggi atau CHED yang dinilai tidak akomodatif terhadap kepentingan esensial mahasiswa dan pengajar, menurut mereka harus dirubah.
Next slide, please. We actively contribute to cultural production and creative work that honors and amplifies true Filipino culture, history, heritage, and nationalism. We also create communities through solid organizing, creating inclusive communities that fight for the welfare of all academic employees and even workers outside of the university.
Oke, mereka saat ini menciptakan satu komunitas inklusif untuk memproteksi kreativitas daya karya mereka yang mencerminkan budaya serta warisan asli masyarakat Filipina. Serikat juga aktif membangun gerakan kebudayaan yang edukatif dan menumbuhkan rasa cinta tanah air melalui karya seni kreatif.
Next, please. We aggressively exercise our right to unionize, collectively bargaining to advance our economic benefits, our labor welfare, and economic political rights.
Jadi saat ini mereka berjuang dengan memperjuangkan hak-hak mereka ke semacam persatuan buruh gitu ya di Filipina untuk memperjuangkan hak mereka baik hak-hak politik maupun hak ekonomi.
Next, please. So yes, we organize. Next, please.
Yeah.
Next, we mobilize.
Next.
Can we please proceed to the next?
Lagi.
We march and speak out as a
Di
unified
atas,
voice.
di bawahnya lagi.
Yes, that's the right slide. We are a collective community determined to build a just, equitable, and free future for the next generation. Yes.
Oke, jadi mereka mengorganisasi, menjalankan hak untuk berserikat atau membentuk satu persatuan gitu ya. Kemudian mereka juga memobilisasi. Mereka bersatu sebagai satu suara dan satu komunitas dan diarahkan menuju masa depan yang adil bagi generasi berikutnya.
Thank you. Next, we are fully aware of the stakes. The hundreds of cases of human rights violations and trumped up legal charges are deliberate machinations of the state to repress dissent. But despite the risks, we power through. We remain courageous.
Oke. Lebih dari 200 kasus yang menjadi korban tuduhan palsu yang direkayasa, termasuk guru who is Franz Castro. Itu salah satu guru ya di sana. Seorang guru
Yes.
sekolah negeri nasionalis, mantan pemimpin Serikat Pekerja, dan perwakilan dari ACT Teachers Party List.
Yeah, teacher Franz Castro faces trumped up charges because she went to rescue children from militarized communities.
Jadi guru Franz Castro ini ditangkap karena dia memperjuangkan hak seorang murid, itu ya.
Right. We stand unflinching in deep and enduring solidarity with workers and unions, both within our borders and across the globe. So that's it.
Mereka
Maraming salamat and mabuhay. Thank you very much. Hidup
Oke,
guru.
jadi mereka berusaha memperkuat persatuan mereka, terutama masyarakat yang ada di borderline atau di perbatasan. Dan Mem Steph Andaya mengucapkan maraming salamat. What is maraming salamat, Mem?
That's thank you
Thank
very much.
you. Terima
Yes.
kasih,
Terima
Mem
kasih. Hidup
Andaya.
guru, hidup PGRI, solidaritas.
Kembali kasih.
Okay, thank you very much for your inspiring presentation. Your message reinforces the vital role of teacher advocacy in creating more just, inclusive, and high-quality education system. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a round of applause to all of our distinguished speakers for sharing their valuable experiences and perspectives. Tepuk tangan untuk semua keempat speaker kita. We have heard diverse examples from Indonesia, Malaysia, India, and the Philippines. Yet a common message has emerged. Teachers and their professional organizations are essential partners in advancing quality, equity, inclusion, and social harmony in education. Semua perserikatan guru sangat penting dalam memajukan sosial harmoni atau keharmonisan sosial di bidang pendidikan. We will now open the floor for the question and answer session. Sekarang akan kita buka untuk sesi tanya jawab. If you would like to ask a question, kindly raise your hand, or I will read the message from you, and I will divide like one speaker for 2 questions only. Wait. I will scroll. Okay, there is a question for Miss Pansy. Miss Pansy Francis, are you here? Ada yang di chat sih. Iya, nggak apa-apa. Boleh tanya Bapak Ibu dalam bahasa Indonesia juga boleh. Ada interpreter di sini. Is Miss Francis here? Okay, I think Miss Francis is away. So, for Bu Siti Homsia, kita tunggu dulu ya untuk Miss Francis untuk hadir. Oke, kita langsung ke Bapak yang dari Gresik, Ahmad Hamim. Oke, you can open your mic. Silakan mau tanya untuk siapa?
Selamat sore semuanya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Nah, ini sayangnya saya juga ingin bertanya kepada Kak Pensi Francis tadi sebenarnya, Kak. Cuman kalau belum ada, nggak apa-apa lah. Saya mau bertanya ke yang dari Philippines.
Ya, Mem Anda ya.
Ya, mabuhay, Mem Andaya. Eh, di Filipina di Filipina I'm so sorry. In Philippines, I know that pageant is very huge. The pageant is very huge, and I think it represented Philippines, especially for education. They speak fluently and they can make a good advocacy in their I'm so sorry in the they have a good advocacy, of course. I think it represent educational Philippines, but you said that you said before that your educational have many complex problems. So I just want to ask you about what will we do to the next generation uh, to avoiding the complexity of that problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your interest in the educational crisis faced by the Filipino people. Actually, our unionists, our members from the Alliance of Concerned Teachers, engage first They engage with the government with the policies they implement that they think are solutions to the current education crisis. Will someone translate? And secondly, while engaging with administrators and the government, our militant and progressive unionists, union teachers, take part in different activities like creating alliances regarding genuine education movement, right? These alliances create alternative curriculum that we think are more appropriate compared to the ones that the government imposes. Because we have a critique with the current curriculum of the country in the basic education and even in the tertiary education. What else do we do? We educate. We start conversations. We host conferences, forum that are open not only for teachers but even for student teachers, no teachers, students that are training to be teachers, and even students. That's why we are sure that even if our current teachers retire, and even if the government announces that the current education crisis of the country is finally resolved or has been finally resolved, through our organizations, the community of enlightened students, of teachers and organizers are continuously and conscious about the, what do you call this, assessment of the education curriculum and even education status of the country. So we in as a metaphor, we try to plant seeds by organizing, educating, and affirming, and what do you call this? Coming together, not just to protest, but in creating various materials and bigger communities that uphold the militant, as a nationalist, scientific education, mass-oriented education that we foresee in the future. I hope I answered your question clearly.
Yes, thank you very much for your answer.
Mandaya. All right, another question is from Bu Siti Hatimah. Apa penyebabnya pemerintah Filipina kurang memperhatikan guru atau pendidik yang ada di sana? Ini sangat miris sekali. So there is some question for Ma'am Andaya again. What is the cause of Filipinas government which is less pay attention to the educators? Yeah, the
Sorry,
teachers.
can you repeat the question? Sorry, I didn't hear it clearly.
What caused the government in the Philippines didn't pay attention a lot to the teachers' welfare?
First off, salaries, teacher salaries. They've as what I have shared earlier, majority of teachers live below the minimum wage and they're buried with loans. That's because the current salaries of the teachers are still not raised to commensurate their profession. How do we address it? Of course, we lobby, we filed various bills, we engage with our communities through petition so that lawmakers push with the bills, no, push through with the bills in the different platforms of the legislation. What else? We engage with our parents to support us in our campaign for higher salaries and even higher education subsidy. Because I wasn't able to share this, but there is a massive lack of facilities in the country. You know, our government, they boasted, no, that the current year's budget is a historic budget for education, but then facilities, infrastructure, and other materials are remain lacking. Last year, 2025, only 22 schools were created. And that's very tragic, right? So the challenge is for us educators and teachers to continue fighting for a higher state subsidy, for the government to provide a higher budget for our education in compliance to the international standards, right? The 6% GDP, etc.
So, ma'am, sorry, is it because the corruption that your government pay less attention to the educators? Is that correct?
You are correct. They
Okay.
have budget for corruption, but not
Yeah,
for
we have the
teachers,
same
not
problem.
for salaries, not for education.
Thank you.
That's right.
I think, ya. Jadi sudah diterangkan sebelumnya ya bahwa pemerintah di Filipina itu karena korupsi gitu. Jadi kurang memperhatikan kesejahteraan guru dan pendidik di sana.
Can I add a last detail of what I have shared? You know, our previous education secretary was the vice president of the Philippines, who is currently under what do you call this? He is under impeachment because of corruption. So you see, there are ways, there's money for corruption, and there are creative ways to gain money. But for the actual implementation of education programs and infrastructure, it seems that it's impossible.
Wow, that's new insights for us. Thank you, Ma'am Andaya.
Thank you, Ma'am Andaya, for the answer. Okay, next, it's for Mrs. Nur